Hi, Michael here. Welcome back to the channel for the January 17 update and great news today because today we have sold KONTRON in our European portfolio. It's not the one that we're showing here, but as we're moving funds also from the European portfolio to the US and the other way around, it's worthwhile sharing that anyway. Before we share the details of this trade and whether this has been profitable or not, which I will share with you in a while, let's have a little look what's going on in the markets this morning, and at now we're at 3:52 p.m. Brussels time, which means European markets are still open and US has been open now for about 22 minutes. Europe opened lower and in the red all over the place early this morning. After lunch, we've seen some small recoveries in some of the European markets, and particularly in the trackers. I just checked. The US markets are open, but the direction is still unclear, so there's no steer there on whether US markets will go positive or less positive today. Let's not forget we've had a very nice rally of 2 weeks already in both US and Europe. But again, it shows it doesn't matter whether markets are going up or down. There's always the possibility to buy and to sell what you need and to make a profit like we did on KONTRON. There's a story to this stock here. When I bought KONTRON in April last year, 22, uh, it was actually called Sant. This is on the Frankfurt market. I think it was about 2 months after that the stock underwent a name change from Sant to KONTRON, and in that period it had already nosedived into a significant loss. I think at some point it was at actually a loss of 60%, and on an investment of 9,500 euros, that is not negligible. Um, it even went at some point to a recommendation of reduce. Um, but I looked into the stock, and it was actually a stock that I felt comfortable with. I didn't want to sell it, so I kept it even through the bad winter and the stormy weather. January we picked up a little bit of a small dividend. No, June actually, a small dividend of almost 93 euros. But what is much more interesting is that the day before yesterday, all of a sudden this stock started climbing. The day before yesterday, or yesterday even, it grew with 10%, which at that moment left me with a loss of, I think, about 1 or 2% only, because it's been creeping up very slowly over the past months. And lo and behold, today it grew again with 4.85%, which left me with a profit of a little over 5%, which for me is the moment where I'll start selling. And that's what I did. I put in a trailing stop market order with a distance to the markets of about 0.5%, which means that as long as the stock keeps on increasing, my limit will increase with it. And as of the moment when it falls with 0.5%, it will then be executed as a market order, which is what happened almost within half an hour of me putting the order. So to make a long story short, we bought this stock in April last year for 9,472 euros and sold it today 9,719 euros. This is already corrected for the transaction costs of every time about 25 euros in there. So a net profit of 340 euros in 286 days, which, if we correct that for an entire year, is a profit of 4.42%. Not huge. We needed to have a little bit of patience, but then again, I challenge all of you to show me who gets this on their saving accounts. Um, fact that we've sold this means that also now we've got budget again to spend. I'm not sure if we'll be buying today or whether it'll be tomorrow morning. We will be putting in the orders today, but I'm not sure if they will be executed. And in either case, that will give us a new feed and new news for a video tomorrow. The only reason why we're always doing this every day is to make sure that we always know what our sweet spot is, so that when we have budget to spend, we also know what to spend it on. Um, as you can see, been working very hard here. The file is completely up to date, and I'll be working on that again. Let me just refresh and see if anything changes here in the top movers. It doesn't, except that the top mover National Instruments has been topping with a little bit less than before. But we do have 8 records in the sweet spot. So it means that we've got 8 stocks that we can choose from in case we want to put in an order. There we have them. The 8 stocks in the sweet spot, which means stocks with a rating of accumulate or buy and a spread between the current price and the first resistance of at least 10%. Most of them are the same as yesterday. I think the only one that is new in the sweet spot today is Cognizant. Cognizant Technologies. I haven't looked into that yet. Although yesterday of these seven, it's actually 7. All of them have very clear, strong upward potential at this moment. Global payments is still a good one with excellent short, midterm, and long-term indicators well in the green. But these other 6 are the ones that will be going into a rally at this moment. 3 of them actually with spreads above 20%. We've talked about Dow already for a couple of days now, and it's consistently still in there. So again, I'm not in a position to give you any investment advice because I don't know what I'm doing. But talk to your professional advisor, and maybe he or she agrees with some of the analysis that we've done here. Having said that, I'm going to leave it at that for today. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening figuring out where I'm going to put my money and which buy orders to put in there. And tomorrow we'll be back with news on whether any of these orders have been executed. And actually, I'm not talking only about buy order, because there's another stock getting close to the level where I'm eager and willing to let it go. So I'm anticipating on a lot of news again tomorrow. So please do come back, and if you really want to help the channel, this is only video number 9 of a completely new channel. Please subscribe and give a like every now and then. I will not make any money out of it, and I don't need it, by the way. But it will be nice to grow this channel. So thank you very much, and talk to you again tomorrow.